For some, time is a healer, but for Detective Harding, it was a constant, nagging wound. On a forgotten shelf, a cardboard box held the story of a life cut short in 1995. Dust motes danced in the sliver of light as he pulled it down. The word, Unsolved, a silent accusation. Inside, the brittle paper whispered of dead ends, and a faded photograph of the victim, forever young, stared back with hopeful eyes that never saw a future. This wasn't just a case, it was a promise he'd made to a ghost. His office was a shrine to that promise, a chaotic collage of a decade left behind. Corkboards overflowed with grainy photos, cassette tapes, and newspaper clippings. The case had consumed him then, and it consumed him now. He could still see the flashing lights of the patrol cars, painting the night red and blue. The way the yellow crime scene tape fluttered like a warning in the wind. It was a failure that had burrowed deep into his soul, a puzzle with a missing piece he could never find. But now, technology offered a new language to interpret the old whispers. A cryptic note, once a meaningless jumble of letters, was scanned and fed into a digital analysis program. Harding watched, coffee growing cold in his hand, as the algorithm tore through decades of data. Then a chime, a single jarring sound that broke the silence. A name flashed on the screen, a digital thread connecting the cold past to a living, breathing suspect. The missing piece had finally surfaced. The address led him to a quiet suburban house. An elderly man with clouded eyes answered the door, his polite smile a fragile mask. As Harding asked his questions, his gaze swept the room, landing on a small hand-carved wooden bird sitting on the mantelpiece. It was an exact match to a unique item reported missing from the victim's home in 1995. The air grew thick with unspoken history, and the mask began to crumble. There are no cheering crowds when a ghost is finally laid to rest, only the quiet satisfaction of a debt paid. Harding stood before a simple headstone, the name now etched in granite instead of a case file. He placed a single white rose on the cool stone as the sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm, forgiving light. The case was closed. Justice, after decades of silence, had finally been served.